So we've donned, and I have donned the head net, and that keeps the bugs at bay, at least on my face. Just have to remember to lift the net before eating or drinking. Yeah. Hiking through bushes and stuff like that, trying to be careful, but definitely been nicked. Doesn't really show up too well, but yeah. And since I'm older, my skin isn't very tough anymore, so I bleed. These are like fly bites from a week ago. Here's this hand. This is even, this I got, and the flies just ate me for lunch. And leg-wise, definitely got a few scrapes on that leg. And there's one that's healing, and the rest of this leg doesn't look too bad. Sometimes I'll have my leggings on, which helps, but if it gets hot, I don't like to wear them. I've ordered another pair of like cool leggings, apparently, that I'm going to try out when I get them up in Wrightwood, I think. So, yeah, the flies definitely were a problem. I had never experienced biting flies like that. So I don't know if it's just May or what, because I'm on trail later this year in this section. But they itched like a son of a gun. I was on Benadryl a number of days, keep my sanity, get some sleep. Anyway, so it goes. This is looking back at that junction where that sign was there. I've walked out here northbound on the PCT, headed toward the Deer Springs Trail, which I've been up and down once in past years. It's a point of entry or exit, so if Fuller Ridge is not looking good, you can go down, pick up the Black Mountain Road and walk that road, which I have done also around to avoid the Fuller Ridge part. It'll be interesting to see how much snow is still holding in the trees in Fuller Ridge. I have yet to walk on any snow. I've walked by some snow, but haven't walked over it yet. So we'll see. It's north-facing aspect, so I'm sure there's something left, but hopefully not much. We'll see, and maybe the next hour or two I should be there. I don't know if the camera's too close to the net to really see it, but yeah, it just keeps those little gnats at bay. Just kind of nice, and since it's soaked in permethrin, they don't seem to be too interested, which is the whole point of it. Yeah. Here forward was last year's debacle on getting sandbagged by the soft snow, which held on this aspect, which is more westerly, which really surprised me. And I struggled through that. I don't even think I made a mile an hour over several miles. I think the total day was 8 miles to camp before Fuller Ridge. I was definitely in the red. It's just, when it's soft, you don't get any grip, even with micro spikes or crampons. Wasn't post-holing, but that would have just made it horrendously bad. So I think this is starting to kind of look like it, but anyway, it's up ahead here. Distant memory, one that I am not going to repeat. This is what's left. Carnage. Well, thinking back on past years of going through snow, especially last year, I honestly don't know where I find the energy to just keep moving. But I guess it's one of those things, if you keep putting one foot in front of the other, you eventually get somewhere. But even now on dry trail coming up here, it's tiring. not easy going up. Never has been, probably never will be for me. But set the pace right, and it works. So anyway, I'm I think a total convert to dry trail wherever possible. I know going through the Sierra, there's going to be snow over the passes, but hopefully just the pass itself. I'm hoping that's going to be pretty much a month from now, so it should be about as good as it's going to get for this time of year. The snow issues that I faced in the prior years, man, the fun needle really drops. It just stops moving. It just gets to be so much work. It's just misery. I can't even believe that I've gone through the snow as many times as I have and somehow put up with it. But I think I've really drawn the line. If not, well, I deserve the misery I get, because I should know better now. Just to make lemonade out of lemons, yeah, it's really pretty out here. Even in the snow, if you stop and look around, it is beautiful. So that's clearly a major draw, that and the people. Okay, well, junction here, San Jacinto Peak, that way. Seven Pines Trail, that way. Just came from Strawberry. And I'll got hook out, I guess, but I think I go that way for the PCT. So check it out here. What you don't want to do is go down, find out you're in the wrong trail, and have to hike back up. That is an insult. Well, yeah, I think the PCT goes up this way, and then there's a splitter trail to the peak. It comes off of it. I'll double check to be sure. But this post here used to have, I think, a PCT blaze on it, and some jackass decided he had to have it on his mantle, so they steal them. But that looks like a PCT blaze shape. Now I'll pull out that hook to confirm. Yeah, as I suspected, Seven Pines goes down, and PCT heads up here to the right. Eventually I'll get to the junction where if you want to do the peak, you can turn off. Otherwise, just keep on going toward Fuller Ridge. That's about 0.6 and about a mile to a water source that I'm familiar with. Have late lunch there. It's about 12:30 now. I guess it finally had to happen. I'm finally going to have to walk over some snow. This is about 5 yards or so. Let's hope there's very little of that coming up. Oh, what a pretty sight. Yeah, still a fair amount of water coming off Jacinto here, so that's good. We had a great late March and April. One storm they said dropped almost 3 feet up here, maybe, I don't know, a month ago? I don't know. Fair amount though. That was right. That was the left branch called the Fuller Ridge Trail, aka part of the Pacific Crest. San Jacinto Trail, if you took the loop out of Saddle Junction and came over the top and down, which I've done before, that's where you come back in, right down here, and then you make a right turn and get back on the main PCT, which is what this is. I think it's only a mile more of trail to take that alternate loop over the San Jacinto. They'd probably add a little bit, because I remember there was a point at which you actually went up to the actual summit. That was probably, I'm going to say, a quarter mile, maybe. Great view though. And I think it's like 10,003 something. Right in here, I'm probably close to 9. I think this might be one of the high points, somewhere in this zone right in here. Right through the trees here, this next ridge over, which extends out this way. Backside of that is full of ridge. And I guess there's just no other way to do it, but you actually have to dip down in this little valley and make a loop around up, sort of like a big U-shaped. So you go down, across, and then you have to come back up to get to Fuller Ridge, which is, I don't know, I just assumed go straight across, but clearly there were some issues with taking the trail straight over the ridge line from here. So that's what you have to do. All right, we're sneaking up on great water source and lunch. Better shot of that ridge. So the backside center screen is full of ridge. And way over there is the drop down into Cabazon and Banning, Riverside, I guess. I don't know. It's way down there. It's hot. Probably 100 degrees down there right now. So it's nice to be up here where it feels like about 70 something. Well, you don't see this too often, at least around here. Sometimes in the national parks, somebody got creative and decided to put stone steps right up here. And up ahead too. Of course, from past years, it's always been running. Look at that, wonderful water. Lots of places to sit. Oh yeah. Nice. All right, lunchtime. I think it's around 184.6 maybe, or shoot, I don't even know. Sorry. So it's 186.2. Yeah. Started off at 179.5, at 2.5 for Devil Slide. This is as far as I've gone. So I think from here, 186, I think it's around 194 is the campsite. So, no, it's not too bad. I don't think I have any more significant ups. Just getting through Fuller Ridge, hopefully on very little snow.